everyone, where does ginger grow? Come, let's first and foremost make a guess first. Where does ginger grow? So let's take a look here, right? So ginger, it grows from the ground, okay, and it requires fertile soil and adequate hydration to grow. And of course, over the years, with our land been reclaimed and lower quality soil, this actually affects the quality of the ginger that we are getting in the market, right? So of course, the next question here is that, Dr. Mark, there is sliced ginger, dried ginger, pickled ginger, powdered ginger, whole ginger. What ginger should I be taking? This is like $1 million question. Every time I get asked just one question about ginger, it gets asked in different ways. So tonight, I want to put this $1 million question to ginger to a rest. Alright? So, yeah. Okay, cool. Now, first things first. For those of you who love to go into the supplement shop and buy supplements, especially powdered ginger, stop wasting your money buying powdered ginger. Don't buy powdered ginger, okay? We are living in a country or neighboring countries that is blessed with abundance of ginger. So let's take a look here at the difference, all right? So first thing is that fresh ginger has better level of moisture, gingerol and vitamin C. It's great for digestion and anti-inflammatory effects, okay? For dried ginger powder, the concern that I always have is that the anti-inflammatory properties might already be compromised and less effective for digestion compared to fresh ginger. It is only great for what? Convenience and easier storage, right? So that is the only, I would say, plus point. Now, in terms of flavor and aroma, I've broken them down into two parts where you can tell, what is the difference in terms of the taste and flavor and also aroma profile here, right? So in terms of usage, we have also broken down here what can you use for it, okay? Now, the next part here is that shelf life. I think this is really important to let y'all know how much or how long can you actually keep your fresh ginger. And I would say if you want to keep beyond 1 week, you can actually put it in a refrigerator. Alternatively, for the dried ginger powder, it has approximately 1 to 2 years of shelf life, right? So, which again, I do not recommend to take dry ginger powder unless if you are really traveling. So, I've also indicated at the bottom part the recommended dosage that is safe for people without medication or certain health condition, which I will cover in the next few minutes, right? So this is the amount that is actually perfectly great, right? I want to cover next is the dangers about ginger you might not know and you probably are even unaware of it. So first thing, I want 3 of these categories of individuals, whether it's you or your loved ones, please pay attention. Now, if you are having bleeding disorders, taking ginger might increase your risk of bleeding. Those of you with high heart conditions, high doses of ginger might worsen some heart conditions. And of course, if you are going for a surgery, you want to be very careful because it might slow blood clotting and it might cause extra bleeding during and even after surgery. So for that period of before and after, stop using ginger at least 2 weeks, right? That is the duration before surgery and 2 weeks post-surgery. Now, of course, this does not apply for maternity, okay? But for other forms of surgery, I want you to take note of this. The next part here I want to talk about is the 7 very important drugs and medications that I want you guys to be very careful. And I want you guys to take a picture of this, right? Just in case if you miss out later on the distribution. So here you go. Number 1, the medications for diabetic patients, right? Such as the anti-diabetics drugs. What happens is that ginger might lower blood sugar levels, and taking ginger along with diabetes medications may cause blood sugar to drop too low. So always monitor your blood sugar closely. Some doctors may not be very clear of this, but most doctors that experience would tell you to monitor that. Now, the second one will be medications that are to slow down blood clotting, right? Such as anticoagulant, antiplatelet drugs, right? This has an impact with these drugs, okay? And because this can increase the risk of bleeding. Number 3, right? So you can see the drug number 3, which again It's not probably common among all of you to take drug number 3, but I still want you to take note of it. Number 4 is very common, warfarin. Alright, warfarin is used to slow blood clotting, but at the same time, the ginger also slows blood clotting, so taking ginger and warfarin might increase the chances of bruising and bleeding. So again, same thing, get your blood levels checked. If you are taking warfarin, or to be safe side, just avoid them. Here are number 5, nifedipine, number 6, losartan, and number 7, medications for high blood pressure, such as calcium channel blockers. Alright, so these are the 7 various medications that people, should avoid taking huge amount of ginger. Now, I have also compiled an entire list of other additional drugs and medications which may not be common to most people. Adding on to that list, we'll probably have about 12 to 15 different medications. If you would love to receive that list, right, or I call it the cheat sheet for people who should avoid consuming ginger, please send me so that I'll get my team to send you all that list which I have investigated and worked with various amazing medical doctors. Now, we had the privilege to visit the one and only Bentong farm in Malaysia. Now, firstly, a lot of people ask, what is Bentong ginger? Some people think Bentong ginger is a breed. Some people think Bentong is a name that was given by Malaysians. So, Bentong is actually a place, if you do not know. Alright, it is a place. I want y'all to join me and Shuan for our very incredible tour to Bentong land, alright, which was owned by a very, very humble Datuk, right? So, here we go.
I have been eating Bentong ginger for my whole life, but I've never known how it looks like originally. Today, I'm in Bentong and visiting this organic farm, and I get to witness with my own eyes. Dato, wow, this is Bentong ginger?
Yeah, this is the original Bentong ginger.
So big, so big.
Yes.
The whole piece. This
Yeah,
is
one piece.
Yeah. Alright. Now, actually nowadays I noticed there's a lot of Thai Bentong ginger, Indonesia Bentong ginger that is coming into Singapore. How do we identify the real Bentong ginger that is coming from Bentong?
嘿，真正的文东 ginger 就是文东姜呢，
Yes.
其实呢它不会是很肥很圆的。
Oh, so the Bentong ginger is not the fat round.
对对对
It is more like slimmer.
对。
Okay.
然后我们常说的文东姜呢，它一定有一个头的。
Oh,
This is 就是
like the
那
head.
个头，对。
Okay, so how do I identify the head?
不是每个姜呢，他们都会这样子的，
哦
因为很多就是姜他们是没有这个头的，就是整个圆的。通常文东姜都会有这一个。
There's a head lah. Alright.
然后
So we can see there's a head of the Bentong ginger. There's here, this
它
area.
它就不会很肥的。再加上我们讲的文东姜呢，你一定要是带它的味道，它就够辣
So must be spicy.
啊，一定要够辣。
Then how come Indonesia and Thailand they can claim that they have Bentong ginger? They take the ginger here and grow in Thailand?
呀，他们是拿那个种，但是当然出来的他们的那个 quality 和他们都不一样了。
Different
因为
because when you grow in Thailand and Indonesia, it will be different simply because of the water. Just like I shows a lot of you here that the water that Bentong has actually is from the mountain. The soil material, that they have the nutrients is very different. Therefore, you see, it can grow until so big and it smells. Wow,
Yeah,
very
jam.
different. Yes, it's very different. It smells very good, and you have to taste it when you get it from the market. It should be very, very pungy kind of taste.
对对
Yeah.
对对
It's just spicy, but it's pungy.
Yeah.
And it smells good. All right. So, one-time harvest. Okay, usually when you start from your seed all the way to the root that you can harvest,
It take about 9 months.
it take 9 months.
This one about 9 months ginger lah, we call it.
9 months ginger.
Mm-mm.
So after 9 months, you take it out. Then the soil you cannot use.
5 years you cannot we plant ginger.
So you have to rest the soil for a good 5 years.
Yes.
So what are the things you use to grow?
You can grow some veggie, all this, but because they will say if you plant ginger, come out the quality definitely will
Very different.
very different.
Yes, all your vegetable will taste like ginger also.
That's why they are limited.
They are limited.
Yeah.
Production every year.
Production every year.
So this is the reason why it's 3 times more expensive.
Yes,
compared
at
to
least
outside.
3 times more expensive than outside.
So after 5 years later, then you can grow again.
Yes.
So-
After 5 years, that all the I think
Nutrients to grow back.
Yes.
So what happens is you have to keep moving place when you grow your ginger.
That's why
Yeah.
a lot they need to keep moving place, go deeper, but not convenient because if you plant ginger, you need to fertilizer all
Yes.
this. Yeah, will become a very hard work. That's why
Yes.
the value will going up.
Okay,
And
so it's
also-
all hard work that resulted why the Bentong
Yes.
ginger is so famous, but at the same time, it is so expensive.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and take a look at the real thing now. Now, if you look at it, they have many bags here is for the smaller ginger to grow inside the environment. All right, the soil is not so hard, so that it's easier for them to grow for the first 3 months. After 3 months later, they will be transferred into the soil. You know, next to me, you can see is the hard ground where they will be harvested after another 6 months. So 3 months in the bag, 6 months in the ground, together 9 months. Then they will harvest all the Bentong ginger and it will reach out to the market and they have to rest the soil for 5 years. That explains Bentong ginger is very precious and we should treasure it.